Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for being with us. Scott Dennis has the night off. Topping our news this evening, daylight saving time could soon be eliminated in the state of Florida. Sarasota's State Senator Greg Steube has filed a bill in the state Senate, and with a similar bill expected to soon follow in the state House, these changes could happen as soon as March. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live in Sarasota to explain how this idea came about and the possible benefits that Floridians could see as a result of that change. Jess?
Jacqueline, if state lawmakers pass this bill, then Floridians will no longer have to worry about changing their clocks, springing ahead or falling back. The question now is, do residents want to spend their year in summer hours or winter ones? It started as a conversation at the barber shop.
They said, why is it that we have to change our clocks back? We don't appreciate it at all. We don't like it. It's a pain.
State Senator Greg Steube told them he'd look into it.
And so I filed the bill, and I've been amazed at how much the public is in support of doing away with changing the clocks back.
The question now is, do Floridians want to spend the year in daylight savings time, spring season hours, or standard time, what we're experiencing outside right now? Most businesses in the tourism industry are pushing for those spring season hours, where it stays lighter later.
We get most of our business from the beach, so when the daylight savings is cut short, our business is cut short, we leave early, and there's no money.
At Venetia, they see almost double the amount of customers in the spring and summer hours when compared to the fall and winter hours.
You look at the summer, the hours are longer. We're busy, we're here till 1:30 in the morning. Lately, I've been leaving at 9 o'clock.
But others would like to see standard time, what we're experiencing right now, year-round. Lighter in the mornings and an early sunset.
I love it when it gets dark around dinner time and I can put on my pajamas and nobody can see me. I can stay in the house and have a drink and the lights come on and it's beautiful.
Senator Steube expects the House to follow suit and also file a daylight savings bill. He says the elimination of daylight savings time could happen still this year.
I don't see anyone really voting against it.
Senator Steube says he's heard from some residents who live on the Panhandle that they want to be a part of the Eastern time zone, not the Central time zone. He says that could be a part of these changes as well. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Jess. 3 Suncoast high schools may soon have to look elsewhere for a graduation venue. That's because their first choice venue, Roberts Arena in Sarasota's air conditioning units, are broken and in desperate need of replacement. Last year, the arena's management spent $57,000 to repair enough of the 50-plus-year-old units to have graduation, but they never saw the money that was promised to them from Sarasota County. The money has been allocated by the county, but it has not been released due to a lack of available funding through the Surtax 3 program. Even if the fairgrounds receive funding soon, replacement is expected to take up to 3 months. Riverview, Booker, and Northport High School are among the schools hoping to hold their ceremonies at that arena. Let's get a check of our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Thanks, Jacqueline. A different kind of day today. Fog out ahead of the actual storm system. Could be similar again tomorrow. Right now, this is a look at what was happening this morning at 9 a.m. over Sarasota Bay. The fog was rather thick. We had dense fog advisories, visibilities down past a quarter of a mile. And as I mentioned, we could see more of this fog rolling in late tonight and tomorrow morning in advance of the cold front. Now, you see skies did clear late morning, early afternoon. Lots of sunshine around now, but off in the distance in the Gulf, there's more fog. And since we're on the south end of this front, at least we're on the southern portion of it, we're going to see that high dew point temperature. And as the temperature drops closer to it, we'll see the possibility of fog. Now, we do have that south wind at 11. If that wind lessens up, there's a little bit better chance of getting some more widespread fog. Right now, the pressure 2994. That is lower, and it is holding steady for the most part. But, boy, we are in for some big changes, and I'm talking heavy showers, thunderstorms, the possibility of rainfall. We'll take a look at that. We could see up to 2 inches in some isolated areas, maybe even more. And then there is a potential for some severe weather. Yes, you heard it right. Severe weather possible for us tomorrow late. We'll have the details on that coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you, Bob. We'll check back in with you shortly. Thousands across the country are making their voices heard today as the issue of net neutrality continues to heat up. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates is at the Verizon store on the South Trail where net neutrality supporters are protesting. Bobeth?
Well, Verizon has found itself in the middle of a controversy. More than 700 locations across this country have seen people like this gathering behind me to protest Verizon's efforts to help change the internet. Now, right now, it's just a handful of people back here, but as you can see, they're all holding up signs. Currently, the internet is neutral, meaning that it gives the same access to anyone. But a proposal is underway to repeal the net neutrality rules put in place in 2015. The measure will give companies like Verizon the permission to begin blocking access to websites, purposely slowing down the internet speeds, or even interfering with online traffic. Organizations like the ACLU says this could mean devastating impacts to free speech, while others say eliminating the net neutrality rules will mean less regulations and possibly more investments and competition in an internet service providing sector.
There are electronic signals that move across the internet, and those electronic signals all have the same priority. But with the advent of powerful routers and equipment like that, they can structure it so that certain kinds of bits that are from Netflix or certain kind of traffic can be prioritized and allow a greater bandwidth and allow a greater speed than other things. And this affects small businesses that are trying to develop themselves on the internet. Your web pages will load slower with smaller businesses, and whereas Netflix and larger rich media will load faster, but you'll be charged for that.
Now, that was an IT consultant we caught up with to explain a little about net neutrality and what it means. But behind me again, a handful of people have gathered, and right now they're yelling and screaming, and they're saying that everyone needs to call their congressman because this could mean a big difference for how the internet operates. Now, as we continue to follow this, we're going to bring more updates coming up at 6 o'clock, but we're told that the Federal Communication Commission will actually be expected to vote on this issue on December the 14th. So a lot of these people say they'll continue to protest until then. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bobeth. Certainly a heated debate there. ABC 7's business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Richard, up arrows all across the board on Wall Street today. Some good news for those.
Absolutely, Jacqueline. The NASDAQ market was particularly strong. The FANG stocks, as we call them, that would be Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Some people say Apple is the A as well, but in any event, they were all very strong for the day. The NASDAQ has been up for 3 days in a row. Technology stocks leading the way. Today, the top to bottom range was 160 points, down 39 at the low, up 121 points at the high, and we finished almost right in the middle. Let's take a look at the figures as of the 4 o'clock close. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 70 points, not quite 0.3%, 24,211.48. That on volume of 684 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I said, the leader of the day, up by more than 0.5%, more than 36 points at 6,812.84. That on volume of 1,707 million shares. And the S&P, identical to the Dow, up decimal 29, 7.7%, 7.71 points, 2,636.98. Well, it was a pretty darn good day for Lululemon. Shares of Lululemon were up by 6.5% today after the athletic apparel maker came out with better sales and better earnings than Wall Street had been looking for. The third consecutive quarter of improved earnings, the 8th consecutive quarter of improved sales. The company is based in Vancouver, Canada, and yes, indeed, does have a store at UTC on the 2nd floor. So certainly go there. Feel free to add to their success because they've been doing very, very well. Jacqueline?
Okay, Richard, and I also understand you have some news on the Duluth Trading Company.
Well, I think they have terrific ads personally, but their terrific ads have not translated into terrific sales. The stock was down by a whopping 16% today after the company's third quarter came in well behind Wall Street expectations.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, flames gusting at hurricane force. And the latest on the tense situation in California tonight as crews battle several massive wildfires. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, say cheese. How much cheese you should be eating every day to get necessary health benefits. That story coming up in Health Smart.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. Men are notoriously hard to shop for, but we've got a guy for that. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we check in with our gadget guru to see what he recommends for unique and trendy guy gift ideas. We will learn all about the meaning behind the different parts of the Hanukkah celebration with a rabbi, plus a Pops Orchestra preview and holiday craft cocktails with Table Creekside in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closet story.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Now to look at the latest on those devastating fires in California tonight. This as authorities in California anxiously watch to see if Santa Ana winds whip up those wildfires in the southern part of the state. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Sylmar, California, and gives us a look at the situation there.
From the smoke-lined coast inland, the firefight intensifying yet again today as the Thomas Fire in Ventura County burns out of control. More than 96,000 acres charred there, just one of 4 wildfires still raging in Southern California.
It's devastating. Sorry.
The flames fanned by intense Santa Ana winds, gusting in some places overnight at hurricane force, weakening some after daybreak, but still an unpredictable threat.
Wind-driven event, wind is king.
Firefighters working tirelessly, gaining some ground on the Skirball fire in Los Angeles that burned right up along one of the busiest freeways in the country, the 405.
This was really frightening. There are a lot of homes here.
And ravaged multi-million-dollar homes. But officials repeating the warning that the risk is far from over.
And we still ask that folks stay away from their homes. We're not completely out of the woods yet.
At this nursing home and in neighborhoods, thousands of new mandatory evacuation orders in place.
I didn't take the things that I really need, are pictures and things like that that are very dear to me.
And in other communities, residents now returning, finding utter destruction and small signs of hope. Don Myers digging his wife Julie's wedding ring out of the rubble of their home, dropping to one knee and proposing again.
Thousands of others are still waiting to be allowed back in to check on their homes and their vehicles. Meanwhile, residents who are not under mandatory evacuation orders are told to be prepared because that could still change, with these winds expected to continue into this weekend. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Sylmar, California.
Attention drivers, a construction project is now underway on I-275 at the Sunshine Skyway rest areas in Manatee and Pinellas County. The Pinellas County Skyway rest area is closed for renovations. This as crews construct new rest areas, lighted parking lots, and repair a seawall. The Manatee County rest area will also be updated to accommodate a new picnic pavilion. The closure is expected to last until next fall. However, the fishing piers will remain open during the closure. The entire project is expected to be completed by fall of 2019. And now to your first alert traffic. There are no major accidents to be on the lookout for on your drive home. There is a little bit of a slowdown heading northbound along I-75 just past the Fruitville Road exit, but nothing to change your route for. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joining us now. Some changes in the next couple of days.
Yeah, big changes. And you know, you're talking about traffic right there. There's going to be some problems tomorrow morning. As we had this morning, we had a dense fog advisory. That can a lot of times delay commuters, especially if they're heading along the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. That could be a problem again tomorrow because we're going to be on the south end of this front, at least on the southern portion of it. And the Van Wezel webcam showing you what it was like this morning. At 9 o'clock, Sarasota Bay was kind of foggy across most of the area. The dense fog advisory was lifted at 10, and then skies cleared for most areas, and now we're looking at more fog off into the Gulf, which was set to warm up and actually move on shore throughout the evening and during the morning hours. 77 degrees. It's warm right now, and the dew point temperature is at 69 degrees. Humidity at 76%. We have a south wind at 11, and the pressure now 29.94 inches. And that is a lot lower than it was yesterday at this time. We were at 30.13. So pressures are lowering. They're getting beat up a little bit by this frontal boundary, which is fairly stationary now across parts of the southeast United States, right through Georgia, all the way through Louisiana tonight, and stretching off into Texas. New Orleans could actually get some snowfall. A little unusual to get snow in New Orleans, at least this time of year, before winter even officially begins. So we'll see that, and Atlanta could see over an inch of snow before it's all said and done. For us, a lot of rain to the north of us, moving off to the northeast right now. Not much going on to our area in Manatee County and Sarasota County. It's all is quiet here in terms of rain. We don't anticipate any rainfall here. There will be some showers to the north of us, a little prefrontal trough out ahead of the actual cold front. And the planner says temperatures will stay fairly close to right around 70 degrees. So we're not going to see a big drop in temperatures at all with a south to southwest wind. Temperatures will stay right around 70 degrees for low temperatures. Now, as far as current temps go, a little bit warmer inland. They had a little bit more sunshine in Arcadia, Sebring, Lake Placid in the low 80s there right now, and temperatures in the mid 70s in Cortez, Braden, and Sarasota, and Venice now at 76, 74 in Inglewood, and 77 in Northport. Well, we've talked about it all week long. The big vortex, the polar vortex, is going to send down a series of cold fronts our way. It'll be the coldest air of the season thus far as it makes its way down into the northeast United States. And again, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, typically we start to see the warmer temperatures moving at 1. It'll be 56 degrees in Sarasota, and there'll be a bit of a breeze. It'll make it feel even cooler. So yes, it's going to be a very chilly day on Sunday, and we'll see low temperatures on Monday in the 40s, mid 40s across most of the area. And as far as that goes, the dew point temperature is really starting to drop over the Panhandle, 37 in Pensacola. Ours are still very high, and what that means for us, a warm night tonight, but that will change significantly for us tomorrow as we move through time. Now, here's a look now at what's happening as far as the latest goes. The radar picture is indicating some showers to the north of us. All this is streaming off to the northeast at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. We don't have much going on here, as I mentioned earlier, and it looks as though we will see the potential for some showers and some thunderstorms, some severe weather moving in, it looks like, as early as tomorrow evening, say after 6, 7 o'clock. So for boaters, morning fog, southeast winds turn to the south at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be running a little higher. Small craft advisories will be with us throughout the day on Saturday and into Saturday evening. Now, I know there's a couple of boat parades taking place, one in the Manatee River, another one in Sarasota Bay. That could be a little bit dicey with seas up to maybe 5 feet high. Seas will be running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now 75 degrees, which is warm for this time of year. And the UV index will be low tomorrow as we're expecting a lot of clouds around. Tides upcoming, low tide will be at 8:54. And then a high tide will be at 2:26. Tonight, partly cloudy fog developing late tonight again. 70 for your low, so a warm night. And then tomorrow, expect mostly cloudy skies. Now, there's a chance for a few showers in the morning at 30%. 50% chance for afternoon showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow evening, is when I expect to see the heavier storms move in. The rain chance at 100% for Friday night, Saturday morning, drops to 40% on Saturday morning, and then we'll see windy and cold conditions. Highs only in the low 60s on Sunday and Monday, lows down into the low 40s. Could even see some upper 30s on Monday morning. Another cold front moves in late Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Keep those umbrellas handy. In health news tonight, a new study raising concerns about the connection between birth control, hormonal contraceptives, and breast cancer. With a look at those findings, here's ABC News correspondent Kenneth Moten.
Whether it's the pill, the patch, or a range of other products, millions of women today use hormonal contraceptives. So it's little surprise that a new study shows that those who take them leads to an increased risk of breast cancer, one that may have some women worried. Researchers in Denmark analyzed data on 1.8 million women and found that using any type of hormonal contraceptive was linked to a 20% higher risk of breast cancer. But the researchers add, while this may sound scary, the overall risk of breast cancer remains small for many women, and the pill has its benefits. Past research even suggests it protects against other types of cancer. So the message to women taking hormonal contraceptives: no need to stop immediately. Instead, talk to your doctor and get the facts, because the best choice is always the informed one. With this Medical Minute, I'm Kenneth Moten, ABC News.
Some good news for cheese lovers. A new study indicates that a little bit of cheese might actually be good for you. It found that people who ate small amounts of cheese daily were less likely to have a stroke or develop heart disease than people who did not eat it at all. The data showed a 14% reduction in the chances of developing coronary heart disease for people who consumed more cheese, and a 10% reduction in the chances of having a stroke compared to people who never ate cheese or ate it rarely. But researchers did warn that the daily cheese eaters were not consuming a huge amount of cheese. Those who got the most benefit were eating just under an ounce and a half a day, and that's about the size of a matchbook. Coming up, an injured dog gets a new lease on life, all thanks to a 3D printing technology, and an elf is back on his shelf after a trip to the emergency room. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Christmas Tradition by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
I heard about the Neutrality Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Neutrality Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Neutrality Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our boogie woogie bugle boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Indiana State Police say a 17-year-old runaway is lucky to be alive after going for a ride on a semi-truck. Authorities say the teen hopped on the truck in Louisville, Kentucky, riding between the cab and trailer. He held on for more than 50 miles before being spotted by an inspector at a weigh station. That inspector then told a state police trooper.
He chased the truck down the ramp, got the truck stopped in the ramp, and the kid was gone. So we started searching around the truck, and he actually climbed under the truck.
The teen told police he had run away from Shelby, Ohio. He was taken to a juvenile center, and authorities have contacted his parents. Medical professionals on opposite ends of the country pulled off medical marvels. One was for an injured dog, the other for an injured elf. You heard that right. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
An injured dog is on the mend in California thanks to UC Davis doctors and a very special 3D printed mask. Loka had been attacked by another dog and suffered severe trauma to her skull. While medical staff treated the Staffordshire Bull Terrier's injuries, students printed an exoskeleton mask based on a CT scan of her head. The mask's concept was in development over years at the hospital. It was a joint effort between oral surgeons and biomedical engineering staff. Loka was the first patient to try out the mask, which, much like a cast, stabilized the injury. Months after the surgery, UC Davis doctors say Loka is doing well. And across the country, Orlando ER doctors came to the rescue of a severely wounded elf on the shelf. 7-year-old Aubrey Thielen woke up to a horrific scene. Her dog Zoe had attacked her elf on the shelf, Sam. Thankfully, her mom is a nurse manager at Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, so Sam was quickly brought into a trauma bay for surgery. Since elf rules state that Sam cannot be touched, the team secured a pair of special operating gloves directly from Santa Claus. In the end, Sam was all patched up and was even treated with magic medical glitter. Sam is now back on Aubrey's shelf and out of Zoe's reach. That's what I call excellent elf care coverage. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a close call for customers at a downtown Sarasota bank as a car crashes just feet from the entrance. Plus, a man accused of murdering 2 well-known residents in Newtown on trial. An in-depth look at that case when we come back.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
So I never had closet systems before. Our designer, Bridget, was able to listen and ask the right questions, taking our ideas and making them happen. We were totally satisfied from beginning to end. I knew the California Closets would help me with every aspect of the design process, and they delivered 100%. My name is Teresa, and this is my California Closet story.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Too Hot to Handle. Add an electric spark to your holiday season with the return of this joyful gospel reinvention of Handel's Messiah. Shout hallelujah and get ready for a roof-raising performance featuring an ensemble of 100 singers, plus exceptional musicians and outstanding soloists, including Amy Jo Connors and members of the West Coast Black Theater Troupe. Sunday, December 10th, 7:30 p.m. at the Van Wezel. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.